Superman is known as the original superhero powerhouse, but his powers only gradually increased in number as the character progressed through the ages. For instance, in the golden age of comics, technically in the 30s, his powers included super strength and super speed. That's it. Apparently, back in the 30s, all it took to dazzle kids' imaginations was a really strong dude in American-themed jammies. During the period that everybody now refers to as the pre-Crisis Superman, his powers were upgraded to his now synonymous flying ability and his super speed, which was given a significant bump as well. How much of a bump? Try being faster than light. He was also given invulnerability for good measure, as well as X-ray, heat, and telescopic vision. And if you have incredible and varied types of vision, why not super hearing? Superman could, at this period in time, hear any wavelength. Throughout his time before Crisis on Infinite Earths, different writers tackling the character wanted to put their own spin on the Superman. This is how he obtained additional superpowers, including super intelligence and a super breath, which demonstrated an either freezing or hurricane-like event. It was his combination of super strength and super breath which allowed him to hold said breath for an indeterminate amount of time, which accounted for his undersea or interstellar adventures without a helmet of some kind. After Crisis on Infinite Earths in 1986, they decided to rein things in for the Man of Steel to make him a little more relatable for the average reader. This imposed power restriction also allowed writers to come up with more feasible challenges for Superman that didn't immediately involve world-demolishing threats. That said, many of his abilities remained, albeit significantly reduced. For example, he still retained his strength, speed, flight, and various visions and breath, though some of his more far-fetched powers from previous experiments were thrown out entirely. It was during this coming of the modern age of comics, writers attempted to explain his flying ability as a form of tactile telekinesis. However, as the character progressed through the 80s and 90s, the writers couldn't resist sensationalizing Superman's power set once again. As Superman's adventures grew more grandiose in scale, so too did his powers of strength, speed, visions, etc., though he never quite reached those pre-Crisis levels again.